Hello, and welcome to my first video. Welcome to my new channel. I will be talking about my opinions and adventures on the RECODE, since I haven't made a video on it yet. Not only that, but I will teach you about hunting and survival. Let's get started. Upon first entering in the game, you are greeted by a large map. Very obvious. You also may get greeted by a gruesome death. Ah, look how wholesome. They're such great welcomers. So true. But hey, at least you get really good death rewards. I just wanted the death rewards, so I asked them to kill me. Jokes aside, this game has its ups and downs, including being greeted with a brutal death. But I'll be explaining my opinions on RECODE as my leucistic colval FLIs around. One aspect I really love about RECODE are the mutations. Being nested as a creature with mutation feels really nice, and it also adds to the realism for me. I love watching this series called Encyclopedia of Sonaria, and I loved their aspect on the mutations. And to see it added to the actual game made me happy. One problem though, they are going to be hunted down way more than regular glimmers, as they are super rare, especially shadows and diamonds. Here's a sheet with each mutation and their percentages on getting. Another thing I'd like to talk about are the mechanics. As you can see from my colval in the background, I am obsessed with flying. All of the mechanics feel way smoother than the main game, which I really enjoy. This will make battling in flight easier. Right now, I still have trouble maneuvering, but the developers had said they are making it way smoother, which excites me. Here's a clip of the smoother flying. Notice how the flick slit turns way faster, and just how smooth the flight is in general. I also noticed that it has the burrow ability, which is pretty cool. Also, there's a temperature icon. I wonder what this means. But overall, the new flight is very cool. I'm excited for this. Not only flight, but swimming has changed significantly in the RECODE. It feels way smoother, like the rest of the mechanics, and not only that, you can dart out of the water. Super fun thing to do, and useful. You can escape from predators and hunt other creatures. A very great thing for survival. Now, let me inform you about how to survive in RECODE. It's good to use the creature of the playstyle you prefer. You prefer a status dealer? Go for it. Brute or tank? Do it. You just want to live in fear and be a fleer. Nobody's stopping you. Pick the creature that you think you will have fun as. Here, I picked Sweevilisk because I'm going for a dive bomber ambush gameplay. Next, be aware of your surroundings. You have no idea if a Miju is stalking you. Be aware of everything and everyone around you at all times. This means use your abilities to your advantage. If you have radiation and a predator is nearby, and you know it will try to attack you, turn on radiation. Just be careful and keep your distance, or it will grab you if it has the ability. If you can't see something invisible, but you hear it nearby, smell for it, or watch its footsteps. Run away if it comes near you. If you're on mobile like me and cannot see or hear footprints, stay aware and careful. They are doing their best to add it to mobile. Use Keen Observer to your advantage. Use it regularly. Sniffing is your best friend. Use it. You can find food and water easily, and maybe even detect upcoming prey or danger. Mud rolling is important too. I prefer mud rolling in mud as it'll give you more time on hiding your scent, and even upgrade health regeneration. But you can mud roll anywhere. It's useful, especially when you're hunting and want to be sneaky. Also, when you're flying away from a predator and cannot outrun them, outmaneuver them. Most of the time predators don't have good enough maneuvering. Anyways, let's watch some of my hunting as Sweevilisk and see the tactics I use or try to use. I look for prey and sniff. I know I have spotted some. Now I use my abilities to my advantage to plan out an ambush attack. Here, I decided to use my all-terrain ability to ambush one from the water. I see a colval in the distance, but I'm aiming for something else. I mud roll so they can't smell me. A bit more sped up waiting, and then I realize it isn't working. After a bit, I stalk a baby Aeolus, waiting for it to drink. After a little bit, I attempt to kill the Colville, but make the mistake of not biting it, as I was trying to grab it first. I ended up failing at hunting it. But I didn't let that discourage me. I have to keep trying. Here's another thing about avoiding danger by using abilities to my advantage. A Kanamushi was roaming the mesa, killing off some of the prey. I hid underwater to avoid it. And as it was distracted, I took the chance to eat its kill, just so I wouldn't starve, as my hunger bar was getting low. Then I quickly ran back underwater just before the Kanamushi finished killing an Aeolus and go for me next. But first I drank water because... ya know? So I pretty much avoided certain death, as Kanamushis are extremely powerful. Here's another example of why you should always be aware of your surroundings. Avelmora did the horrible mistake of having their nest on the ground. They not only revealed their home to me, which was why I was stalking them, preparing to hunt, but they also gave a free meal to a Miju. Yikes! That's why you should always check your surroundings before laying a nest. I was salty though because they stole my next meal. And finally, here is another attempt at hunting. More creatures were out here in Mesa. I could have gone for the Yotunho, but I preferred prey that would be easier to get. Like that baby Arsonos. The whole thing about hunting is patience and being smart about your prey. A slower creature with only one way to get away from me is easier to kill than one that can fly and swim. I stalk the Arsonos and wait for the perfect moment. If I hunt it as it stands, it would have more time to react, get away, rather than when it drinks or eats. It's taking a sip of water. Now I ambush it and appear as if I were coming out of thin air. And a successful meal. It was good I hid and waited, as catching people by surprise is essential if you want to actually get them. Notice how the Yotunho was easily able to escape from me as I hunted the Arsonos. It was a good idea I waited for different prey. In conclusion, in order to survive Sonaria, you must think smart and be more patient. It will increase your chances of surviving. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have fun. See ya later. Also fear the volcano and thunderstorms. Sorry. Okay, one more.
Why be sad when you can just be gone?